Hello, my name is Katrina. I'm here to help. How do I do that? Well, I share my story as it is, so others may benefit from my doings and not doings. Yeah, share. I felt a bit strange yesterday when I was at the psychological evaluation. It's not often we talk about ourselves for about an hour, so that was interesting. Once again, I filled up my teacup with nettles because we had a glass of wine with dinner yesterday when we ate hamburgers. There was a funny story because the processed kind were out at the store, so I bought just raw meat and made them myself, and I forgot that they shrink. So I had the tiniest hamburgers like this for me, and that was not what I expected, but no, I remembered that's how it went when you made them yourself from pork. So it was a renewed lesson for me. So what was strange and what was the first outcome? Well, after the conversation, the doctor felt that I was to put in a queue to get my evaluation, which means that this conversation will be shared with the psychiatrist that we had, and the psychiatrist will also ask me questions, and then they will compare notes. So I arrived before time at the clinic as planned, and it was in the center of town, so I took the bike over there, and I went up in the elevator and arrived at the office and showed my ID, paid for the meeting, and was given a spot in the waiting room. So the lady was a bit late, but well, I don't really care about that. I'm just happy it's happening finally. So we went into a tiny room where she closed the door and she read the notes from the doctor, or what title she now had at the last meeting. Roberta was her name. So she read through the notes, and some things were funny, of course, because it could sound a bit funny when I explain how stuff works in my brain. So she asked me questions about my childhood, about if I have a preference of different foods, and well, in my family there wasn't a lot of food. So we wouldn't go hungry, but if you didn't like the food, then you didn't get one that day. So you have to just accept it. So that was not something I could answer very much about, that I didn't like the texture or whichever. I didn't like to go hungry when I was a child. But now I remember I didn't like the special school food that were made for me and my brother, because we were just like a special tray for just us, and there was funny food which didn't look very tasteful and unusually wasn't, so we could skip that and just take normal food, and I would be none the wiser for that. In Sweden we have the school lounge where we sat and ate. Bamba, as they call it in Göteborg, children's feeding hall or something like that. Well, so she asked me a lot of questions and how it was, and if I had suicidal thoughts, and I said no, I didn't have that, and if I have tried to end my life, and no, I haven't. It usually gets a lot worse if you try and fail. So, and there's always a silver lining to most things. So, somehow she managed to pick out the information that put me in the queue to meet a psychiatrist. And in the meanwhile, she offered me some medication for allergies. That's common for children in Sweden. Anthrax, which should help me to sleep. And she offered me to prescribe some kind of antidepressants, but I tried to tell her that that was not something I wanted and still isn't. So she also recommended me to download some app for keeping track of my PMS. But I think that's a lot of information to put in a database, and I have marked it in the calendar. But I think the key is to be aware of how you can feel and still go to the gym, still do what you like normally. So that's my plan, to ignore my negative emotions and do what I usually prefer to do, and choose to be happy instead. So that's my plan. I think that's my challenge in this life, to be happy at all times and remember that, like Buddha said, you will not get to the part of your life when you're enlightened if you don't work through the issues. So that's my plan. I'm going to work through the issues, not be medicated, because that will mix with my that will not go well with my brain. I think I have tried antidepressants before, and these ones you're taking at a certain time in the month, and I will confuse that because I am confused with numbers and stuff. So even if I do put a reminder in my phone, I will put it on the wrong day, and so it's better to just use meditations and reframe my idea of what this reality means and how I'm supposed to go through it. So that's my plan. Reframing. Yes, so in a while, when I drink my tea here, I will take the bike down to the sauna and have a nice relaxing sunbathe time outside to get some color. We're planning for a holiday, and I actually bought a bag where I can put my stuff when I go swimming, because we had a beach right down here, and if I don't have a bag, I won't go down, because there will be a confusion of where I put the keys and the phone and everything. So I had one, it broke, and I bought two now, so we'll see how long they last, but we only have 2 weeks off this summer. If my good man gets them off from his work, which we are not sure of yet. So, but today I bought the bags, and I also bought bottom parts to bikinis, because I have 2 top parts, which I haven't bought in quite a couple of years because I haven't afforded them. So, and I also expanded my wardrobe so I can wear my shirts without getting too hot. So that will be interesting. I don't like bras, so I have this other stuff that could help. So we'll see how that works. Yes. I think that's about it. It wasn't a terrible experience, so if you want to go through that and get to reap the benefits, such as doctor's note that says you need more quiet space to work, and it could say other stuff that will help you at work to make other people understand that you are different and you have been evaluated by a psychologist to get these perks. So hopefully I will get my own office-ish. So, and maybe shorter hours at work. But nothing is clear until they have talked amongst themselves. Yes. So that's what I want to share my experience about how to do a psychic evaluation. Go to your local vårdcentral, hospital, tell them your issues, make them put you in the queue, be persistent, tell them everything about sleeping patterns, and if you have some issues with alcohol and drugs. I had when I was younger, but not anymore. So she offered me also help with that, and I said that I help myself. So nowadays I could have a glass of wine with friends, but not much more than that, unless it's a special day. But I don't have the need of drinking more than that. We had some today, and I'm quite satisfied with that. Now it can be weeks until the next one, so I don't care, I don't need it, and meditation helps me with many issues, so I try to do short chanting in the morning and short meditation after that, all in all 12 minutes. So that's what I try to do, cleanse my brain so I can sleep, and it did work last night. That's also something I wanted to share. After she was talking about this Legigana, then we have to sleep, and my guys put up some blackening sheets over our windows above the doors, so I didn't wake up at 2 o'clock this past night. I woke up at 4, and I had a good 7 hours sleep then, I think, and then I went back to sleep. So the next purchase, except these summer bikini items and swim bag, I will try to buy some silk pillowcases and covers for the comforters. So that's my plan, and not be disturbed by a warm stomach at night, which was happened tonight. It was like a little furnace in there, and I didn't like that, so I woke up and I went to the toilet and I took a short walk. But hopefully tonight I will sleep even better. So that was it. That's what I have to share. Don't hesitate, I think. Go through it and see what the expert says. But it's your choice what you put in your body. If you don't want pills, don't put them in there. Basically, there are other ways to do that, which gives you peace of mind. Meditation is my way. Training, go to the gym, sauna, and train your mind. And don't be ashamed of who you are. So, that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice night. Bye.